Hi everyone, my name is Veronica and this is my first video and first time trying to do makeup and speak at the same time and on one specific theme. So I made my little list to not forget what I'm talking about, and to be specific, let me tell you, I will have birthday very soon and I am gonna be 29 years old. So I'm pretty old, comparing to what I used to be. It sounds silly, but yeah, so I prepared a list for some girls that are younger than me now, that are 19, 18, 20, anyways, younger, a decade, almost a decade, right? And I want to tell specifically about myself. How do I feel? What are the changes between 19 years old to 29 years old? And I never had a little sister. So I taking, a big responsibility now, and I'm gonna calm you down if you are stressed about, being old, being in your 30s. So here we go. First of all, let me start my makeup because I'm gonna just talk and never do that. And yeah, first thing, like I made the list with 10 things because it's a decade, right? From 19 to 29. And to me, the first changes that you are gonna to notice, yeah, it's that your friend circles is gonna change, obviously, right? You will be really lucky if you have that one friend that will go through all the time, because I would say, basically, my experience this time from 20 to 30 is really important. First of all, to have someone who will be on your side, who will support you, because so many things are gonna happen through these 10 years. I promise you, you really need someone that you can go together through all of this. And let me tell you that this one friend, or maybe these two people, you are gonna experience kind of same things. If you dating an abusive boyfriend, she's gonna date one, because you go friends together by someone who's thinking like you, who's basically have same traumas and stuff, and you from the same background, and so many things. Just, it's really important to keep, your friends together with you through difficult times of yours and hers, which is kind of obvious, but it's really hard. And sometimes when your friend don't want to move forward through things that you have already been through, it means that you have to go alone and find somebody else, and it's really hard. And that's why your circle is gonna change, because some of your friends, they will go through all of the shit and you'll be besties forever, right? Because you're gonna keep changing, like, together, you and her, and him, I don't know, right? And some people will just not go with your life now, because basically it's like, you start to build your life when you are young and with nothing, right? And you start to have some special kind of, friends, events, and if your friend is not going to support you through all this time, it's kind of obvious, but I'm just gonna say this, that not everyone will go through this, and also you will find new people through this phase of making yourself, because again, you will have new circles and you will go up, you'll build your career, you'll meet new people, you'll meet new boyfriends, and they will have their friends, so it's like, you will just build a new society and you will get successful, and your friend is gonna get successful as well, or you cannot go together through life, because if you end up going to another country, or you moving to, I don't know, New York, Manhattan, and your friend is in, I don't know, any other country, and you just you keep online contact, but you don't have so many much in common already, so you just really changed, and that's okay. Or if you want to become, famous artist, you sometimes, it's very hard to keep same circle. You just gotta have friends from your area now of what you do, and that's why your friend circles is gonna change, and you have to be ready for that. And it's not a bad thing, it's exciting thing, because you're gonna just have at the end of everything, when you're almost 30, when you live through all this, yeah, you're gonna have real friends. You're gonna have people that understand you, that that can support you and be at the same level as you, because in your life all of your people will be at the same level as you. It's not possible to, be no one from nowhere and be friends with Justin Bieber if you're not related to him, by family or stuff. But if you're related to him by family, you already know no one from nowhere, right? So it's like, you understand, if you want to be friends with Justin Bieber and, some celebrities, then yeah, you gotta be someone as well. You gotta be Selena Gomez or, Hailey Bieber. So let me change my letter. So yeah, and the next thing that is gonna change, and it's very, very good one, and you are ready for this one. Your type. Oh my gosh, your taste in men is gonna change, and it's all for good. So basically, it's most common. I can't say that it's for everyone, but most common thing that we all grew up with kind of the same movies, with same idols and ideas as well, right? So when we are let's say 18 or something, even smaller, we like either bad boys or princess, yeah, or like a prince or something, right? And bad boys is not a thing when you're 30. It doesn't work anymore, because basically a bad guy, bad boy is a kind of a thing. It's a guy who doesn't really care about you. That's why it's kind of attractive, because you want to chase it and you want to do something with this. And he's not like everyone else, and he just do some kind of, I don't know, he does rap, or he just like, he doesn't follow rules. But when you're 30, it doesn't work anymore. You don't like any type of guys that don't follow rules, because now it's illegal, and now it's like he can end up in jail if he wasn't yet. you know if he doesn't have some kind of a stable job, if he like, if he's a drug dealer or something, if he's a rapper, it doesn't work. If he's a TikToker, let me tell you, when you are 18, TikToker guy, it's really cute. He can dance, he kind of sexy, he's attractive. But when you are 30, a dancing man, I promise you, your taste is gonna change, and it's all for good, because just, also your priorities change. Like, all these changes from 19 to 29, it's all about your priorities. You just think about more deep stuff, like, if you choose a partner now, you just know that it's not a play thing, like it's your boyfriend who doesn't care, like who cares, you gonna break up him today, tomorrow, like who knows, right? But when you're 30, you choose, your date already for marriage, for a long-term relationship. So you just think like, okay, he might be cool, he might be a member of, I don't know, music group. I don't even know what people, do this time, when they're trying to, pursue some kind of cool thing. So yeah, imagine if now in the high school you have a boy who's popular because he dance, and all the girls want to be with him. Trust me, nobody will want him if he not, going to do some kind of business with all of that. Nobody will going to want him and chase him and da 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 when he's 30, because it's not cool anymore. So yeah, your taste and your type is gonna change, and also of the, race cool thing is really changing, because 10 years ago Asians were just a hate thing. Nobody liked them. But now, oh my gosh, it's so cool to have your idol boyfriend, da 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 da. Everyone trying to do, Asian makeup. So also, you might like just different race and, I don't know, different gender. Just your type is gonna change, and it's a cool thing. So next, first of all, let me. Next, the change that you're gonna have, it's not actually really funny, but it's nothing to scare, but it's just true that you will have less energy than you have when you're 30. But let me explain you, it's not about that you physically tired, not your physical health will all depends on your lifestyle, on what you do, if you support, your sport life, or you just drink and sleep, I don't know. But what I mean by that, that when you're 20, you really have so much energy for something that don't bring you anything back. Also, what I mean by that, I'm the one who started, social media when just social media started, right? It wasn't a thing that time. And yeah, so I was really motivated to, do all of the videos, do dances, do whatever, and post it without getting actual result. Yes, I was getting some money. Yes, I was getting attention and a lot of followers, but I can't say, that it's the same reason why I'm doing it right now. I'm sorry, right? So it's just about I was ready to do anything just because I love that. And this is what you, I think, have when you're 20. You just ready to do so many things because they have emotional value, right? When you're 30, you like, what I'm gonna get in return, am I gonna get money, or I'm gonna get a good deal, something, you just have your priorities on different things because you're an adult, right? You have to watch out for yourself. And that's why when you're little, when you're 20, you have to, first of all, you have to have fun. And second of all, you have to do things you really like because it's harder when you are grown, you just have to think about more and more things, right? And so yeah, you have to try social media if you're scared, if you're shy. Trust me, it's not gonna be easier later when you're 30 and you try to do things which you'll think, it's a kid's thing. So, you know what I mean? You just will have different priorities. You have to take care of yourself and maybe someone else because a lot of people have kids at 30 years old. Who knows, right? So, yeah, just trust me that you have more ambitious right now to do some crazy things. And if you ever wanted to be artist, influencer, singer, do it now. It's time to do it now. Be a singer. And also your parents can support you, with money, so you don't have to double think about what you're gonna eat tomorrow. You just think about your art and what you're gonna do. And it's a lot of fun. This is what you're supposed to do when you are an 18. And yeah, you just don't have to worry. Most of the time, you don't have to worry about these things. So yeah, that was the number 3. And the number 4 change that you're gonna have, it's the most, cool one in my opinion, right? Because you are gonna look better. This is the thing that nobody tells you, because I remember when I was anyway, like 19 and 20, everybody says, that this old guy left his beautiful wife for a younger girl because she's young and beautiful. But the reality is that you are ugly when you're 18. You're just are. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm talking about the majority of women, who went this through. And I will put my pictures here so you can see that, obviously I'm working now. And yeah, most girls, they just got money to be beautiful, and it's just time to be beautiful, and it's time to be healthy, you know it's just all better when you're 30, I promise you. And it sounds maybe crazy, and maybe you don't believe me, but you should, because it's true. It's just true. And most of the girls, to their 30s, they do some kind of surgeries which also make them look more beautiful. And I had few, and that was the best thing that happened in my life. I don't really recommend any surgeries. Like, you should love yourself the way you are. But the thing that, all I did with my face and, just to look better, it worked. And I do look better, and I'm happy, and I really look better than I used to look. So yeah, and also people, trying to make compliments to me that, oh, you don't look younger than 22 or something, especially, old guys, obviously, but we just take compliments from girls, and they say that, all say that you do look better and hotter when you are 30, because you already know everything about yourself, your routine, and you just put all to your happiness, and your look is your happiness as well, because you feel more confident, you look better. And yeah, it's just a whole part of beauty of 30, that you are just know yourself better and you look better. Yeah, that was the cool one. So we move into the next one, the sixth. Yes, oh no, it's number 5. And it's not that, it for sure happens with anyone, but it's either happening with everyone or it's not. I really suggest you to do, not suggest you, I commend you. You have to work on this one. And this one is your boundaries. When you are 20, you don't have boundaries. I mean, it's just like everyone, of course, come from different background and story, right? But in general, when you're 20, you just don't know how people should treat you. Most of the girls, especially, right? And this is the thing you should really work on, because to me, it was the hardest job. I really didn't know, where people should stop. I mean, I thought we all grown and we all know that, now it's not a good, time or a good place to do anything, and people should stop, especially grown people. I thought they know better, they know more. They should know where to stop, they should know where to, just do anything. And it's not true. People will try to use you as long as you allow them. And if you don't know where is your, line, and when people stop crossing your line, this is gonna cost you so much. I promise you. This, like, your boundaries is a whole thing. Like, it's a whole character building thing, because if you don't know where your boundary is, everyone will cross it. I promise you. If, people, especially men, will try, to uh do something in their favor, they will try to use you, they will try to get something out of you, and you just have to know when it doesn't work with you anymore, when it should be stopped. And yes, again, if you don't do it, everybody will use it. It's just true. It's life, and you don't have to be stressed, you don't have to be scared, you just have to be warned. And you have to know, like, I don't like that. I don't do this on the first date. I don't go outside unless I know this. I don't sit in a car unless I know this, at least I did that. I don't, no, I don't want to say like, just you have to know every point when it comes to, especially men. Oh my gosh, girls, you have to, with men, you have to fight for your boundaries. But it totally worth it. It just worth it, because yeah, you are a grown girl after you're 20, and you have to watch out for yourself, because people will try to use you if you don't protect yourself. So yeah, maybe we'll talk about it in another video, but yeah, just for here, it's enough. You have to think about your boundaries, you have to know your lines so nobody cross them. Okay, and now we go to the sixth one. And the sixth one, so because we are girlies, right, we will talk a lot about men, because no matter how hard we want it or we don't, we still communicate with men, in our life, and we sometimes want to get married, want to date, whatever. So the sixth thing that is gonna change in your, look is look at the man, right? The way how you will look at men, it's gonna change. I mean, and it's totally normal, because when you are 18, basically you just coming out of your parents' house, right? And you just been watching these cartoons, and you're just watching Disney. I don't know what kids watch this, but I was watching Disney, okay? So I was like watching these tales about beautiful relationship, and you never had relationship, and you changing from, little girl to teenager or whatever. So you have these hormones, you want to communicate man, you just want to have intimate relationship with people, right? And you are really hungry for it, and you don't care for so many things when it happens. You don't care about your boundaries, you don't care about so many things, because this is nature, this is what you want. That's why you have to have fun, before marriage, at least, like 25 years old. This is what you have to do, you have to have fun. But the thing that changed from 19 to 29, that you just put less, um not expectation, but you just not hungry anymore. You don't look at men as something that you really want or need. You have other priorities, and it just start to seems like you can allow a man in your life, but it's not that you're looking for it when, like, as when you are 19. You know what I mean? When you are little, you really look for love, you really, just looking for it, and you're really hoping to find it, and you really want to experience that, the true love. You really want to have it, and it's absolutely normal. This is what you should have, right? So yeah, and just, I know how to say it, just become less important to you when you're 29. You just, not that you don't care about them, but you don't care if, you know they will stay in your life. You just care about the most important people, and you care about your comfort, and you care about, your businesses if you have one, and just about your life. But you don't look for real love anymore. You just don't go like, oh, I have to go check his schedule. I just gotta go to his classroom, I just gotta find him, I just will walk around him, just beautiful around the sport court. Just, you do so much, you just put so much effort to somebody notice you, and just do this, do that. But when you are 29, you just don't put so much on all this action. You just care about your well-being, and this is again a good thing. So that's why, trust me, there is a thing, as people say, that you had enough. Trust me, if you will have fun, someday it will be enough, especially if you're woman. You will just have, you know this feeling that, ah, I want to think about myself, now. Since today, I just want to care about myself. I don't want to, chase after guys. I don't want to look for their attention, their validation, their everything. I just want to be happy by myself. And this is a new point in your life when you really, become happy. So, yeah, I'm gonna do the eyeliner and say the next thing, because, yeah, your the seventh thing that is going to change in your life is your priorities. And we talked about that, but it comes, with all the things that we talked before. And it's that your priorities is going to change to your comfort and your health and your money. This is what you will have in your priorities. Just like, you know when you're 20, you know that's why you have to have a lot of fun and have parties. Because when you're 29, of course you can have party, of course you can drink, you can do whatever you want. Still, you're still young and your health is still good, obviously. But the thing is that you will just want to choose to care about your health. This is what actually comes with age. You just start to think, especially for women, because we all want to look good, and we want to keep it healthy. It just, we just have it in our, I don't know, blood, whatever. You just want to feel ourselves better, and that's why our priorities change to health, right? And just our comfort. First of all, also when you're 20, you're ready to jump on a plane and go to, some little trip, or go to, like, on a road trip, right? And it's absolutely uncomfortable. You cannot sleep normally. You cannot just do things that you usually do, like skincare, I don't know, like a lot of clean clothes. That's what this is not what you're gonna do when you're 30. When you're 30, you really want to fly business. You really want to go on beautiful, nice, planned vacations. You really want to go on some place where you can buy clothes for. You can fly comfortable and you can stay at the beautiful hotel. It's not like it's just to sleep place, it's just like you want everything be beautiful and comfortable, and you actually have money for it, when you're 30 most of the time. So yeah, that's why you have to, work for it when you're young, because you have so much ambitions. And so when you are 30, yeah, you can have just your comfortable life, and trust me, this all worth it, because you just, don't want again to go on some parties and don't sleep until 6 a.m. and kiss with someone you don't know and like be drunk and then wake up next day and feel like shit. You just don't want to do it, and yeah, again, your priority just changes, but it's all for good. Yeah, this is just true. And I actually really wish somebody told me that, because I remember I was really scared, about how I have to live this, like, whole life. What I need to do. Do I have to worry about my future now today? Like, I don't have to have fun. I have to think about work right now. Like, what should I do? And I'm telling you what to do. Yeah, you have to have fun. And then, after you get a little bit tired, you have to use your ambitions that you have just naturally, and yeah, just think about what you want to do with your life. And we going to the next thing that is going to happen when you coming closer to your 30. And the next thing is time value. You are just will, like, how to say that, you will not want to spend a lot of time on the wrong things. And it's because you have to experience this wasting time. Because, especially, for girls, and especially for the relationship, when you're little, I mean, like 20, right? You are ready to spend so much time for someone wrong doing something wrong to you. When you're 20, you are just begging someone to treat you right. You are just giving so much time to someone, who obviously don't want to do anything, don't want to change, and, I'm gonna spoil one thing: nobody is gonna change, for you. You just have to choose a right person from the beginning, right? But the thing is that uh you can just, give a man so much of your time. Some girls dating 5 7 years old with a guy that really don't really care about them, they really just ask this um guy, like, please, can you don't throw your socks around the house? Please, can you just clean your dishes after dinner? Can you please help me to do this and this and that? Girls are just ready to spend so much time on guys, for and ask something that is, nobody should really ask for it, but they really believe they can change, and some people, some girls, they even deal with cheating, like, they, for example, start to date some cool TikToker guy, when they're 18, 20, and then this TikToker guy start to cheat on them, and they still, stay with this guy, and they be like, oh, but I can change him, my love can change him, but he's so cool, I don't want to leave him. So this whole story is so wrong for a girl that is 30 years old. There is no chance, that, first of all, you can have so much time to waste. You just you're just going on dates when you're 30, like in an interview, and it's really honest. You just go on an interview and you ask a guy, what's your plan, what you want to do, like, what are you doing right now, and we just ask so many things because we don't want to waste time. We just want to go with the right person, and these questions really help you to figure it out. So that's why, you just don't want to waste that much time when you're older, because you first of all don't have that much time, because you already have wasted a decade. Right? Because there is not any girl that is 30 and that didn't waste a lot of time on a guy. Like, all of us, we been there, and we been into relationship when you're like asking for simple things, and guy like wasn't changing, and you were giving him changes. But what is a change? Chance. What is a chance? It's a time. It's a time that you just give a guy, and you like, okay, I give you another time to show that you're not gonna fuck it up, but you're not gonna do the same thing. And guess what? They are gonna fuck this up, because they don't care. They didn't care in the first place, so why they would care in the second? This is just another time that you are willing him to spend. You just gift him your time and say, okay, I'm so young. I have so much time. So here I am giving you more time to waste, because I just have this time to waste. No any other reason. It's not because you love him so much, you believe that he's not gonna cheat, that he is gonna change. No, it's just because you have this time to waste. That's it. But this is something that we are not doing when you are 30. We don't want to do this anymore, right? And so here we go to the third one, which is, oh, I'm sorry, 9-1, like almost the last one, change in your life when you are 30. And this is a hurry, you know. When you are 20 years old, you are in a hurry. And especially, I'm talking as a Slavic girl, because in our toxic Slavic society, right? You have to marry before 25. Not even 30, but 35. 25, I'm sorry, you have to marry before 25. And so, imagine when you're 20, you have to, be successful nowadays, because so many TikTokers are, right? So you in a hurry that you think you're late. You 20 and you think you're late for the success thing, and you think you're late for the studying thing, because we just have so much internet now, and we just know that other kids are doing better, that they're studying better, they just going to better universities, they're just doing better in their, right, in their life, right? And so you think you're late for the career thing, success thing, you think you're late for the studying thing, and you also think that you're late for the relationship thing. So I'm gonna calm you down and say that you are not late for nothing. First, and the most important, you are not late for marriage. No. I I was 20, and I was thinking that, I have to get married before 25. And when the time was coming to my 25, I was like, damn, I am late. I didn't find the right person, and I think I will be like second choice on the marriage market, or so. I don't know, something like that. I thought that next time when I meet a guy and I say that, I'm 26 but not 22, it's gonna be like, I'm sorry, I gotta go, and like he goes to meet some girl that younger than me. Oh my gosh, it's not true. It's not true. Yeah, when it comes to men, first you have to take a deep breath. We are not chasing men at all. That's it. You are not late for marriage. Not when you're 20, not when you're 30, not when you're 40, not any time. Women, just, it's a study. Women get married every age of her life. Men are lonely at any age of their life. It doesn't matter. But women never are. We are never lonely, and we never be, because we build friendship connection, family connection, and just so many things. And we love dogs and animals. I just mean, we're just never lonely comparing to men. So first of all, you are not late for marriage. You gotta choose wisely, because this is the person you're gonna invest a lot of time and your energy and, I don't know, yeah, just time and energy to someone. That's why that's why you really have to choose wisely your husband, your boyfriend, whatever, right? Yeah. And the second thing, the career thing, you can watch so many videos that, a lot of greatest, really the most successful people, they started later. It's okay. Of course, it's easy when you have some background. It's easy when you just blew with some new social media. It's cool. And it's always gonna be like that. It always was like kids actors, kids TikTokers, kids singers. It always was like some amount of young successful people on this earth. It's okay. But if you're not one of them, it's also okay. You don't have to worry. You have to worry about your line in your life, what you're gonna do and how you're gonna build your own success. But the most important thing, you have to know that you just do what you want to do. Because if you do what you hate to do, then it's a problem. Then it's a problem when it comes to marriage or career. If you hate your husband, it's not a good news. If you hate your career, you're not happy. That's it. You just have to figure it out. You have to be happy for yourself. Nobody will take care of you, unfortunately. But first thing I'm gonna say, that when you're 20, you are not late. You are extremely young and you have your long life in front of you, right? You just have to worry about today and have fun again, right? And the last thing I wanted to say, and the most probably important thing, like the most important changes that go through all this decade, right? You just stop care. Yeah, you stop care about so many things that you used to worry about. And this is right when adult people say that you know you did something bad, you feel bad, yeah, and adult come to you and say you will laugh at this moment in some years, yeah, and they say like it's not gonna be important, you will probably forget this moment. And you know what, it's true. A lot of things you will not remember that really mattered to you when you were younger, right? You will not remember, how painful it was, when your boyfriend didn't text you. I promise you, especially when it comes to boyfriend, even the hardest breakup, you remember you remember it like, oh my gosh, how did I like him? Like, why I was even with him? You will think about all of your boyfriends like this. All the problems, obviously, they won't matter to you from your 20s. And just a lot of things in your life, you will not care about them because again your priorities are yourself, your health, your family, or something, your career, just yourself and what's around you. Anything else you will just stop caring, so much as you care right now. It's just gonna not be that important to you for you anymore. And I think this is a great news because yeah, that's why we live. We just want to be happy. And I promise you, when you're 30, you are really more happy than when you're 20 because you just have more things you have to struggle with. And I'm sorry that I maybe didn't like go with all the positive thing and I was saying just some, maybe a little bit uncomfortable true, but I just really want to be like a bigger sister role for you right now and just say that in general you'll be more happy, more beautiful, and just everything is gonna be better for you and it's gonna work out. And yeah, because it did for me and for a lot of women. So that's why I wish you the best and remember to have fun right now. And yeah, I did my makeup. I'll be happy if you follow my channel because I just started it. And yeah, that's it. Love you. Bye.